Good morning, everybody. Myself, Dr. Nandini Sahai, and I'm here to give my presentation on issues of Rohingya children and the role of international social workers. Please give me 1 second to show the PPT. Rohingyas are a greatly oppressed minority ethnic group who were residing at Myanmar for a very long time. They suffered persecution at the hands of Myanmar's military since the country's independence in the late 1940s. Because of military crackdown, a good number of Rohingyas had to escape to the bordering state of Bangladesh. In August 2017, again military activities forced Rohingya leave and take refuge in and around Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh. A large number of them are sheltered at or around Cox's Bazar, a coastal area dependent upon tourism. Among these Rohingya refugees, 60% of them are children. Rohingya children are among an estimated 28 million children worldwide who have been uprooted from their homes due to conflict, internal strife, poverty, natural calamity, and extreme weather. Malnutrition, deprivation of education, trafficking of girls, insanitary condition, likelihood of outbreak of epidemics, predictions of heavy rain, cyclone, flood, lack of access to health care and child protection services, shortage of clean water are some of the serious issues faced by these refugee children who have migrated to Bangladesh. These children are living in makeshift camp and also in official refugee camps. They have witnessed violence and have survived. They are orphaned, separated, or unaccompanied children. Most of these children are suffering from avoidance behavior, lack of confidence, denial, frustration, anger, and depression. It is against this background this article has been written, whose objective was to examine the social impact of migration on children who are trying to live with an eroded social support system, disrupted normal routine, and loss of family members. Also, a modest attempt has been made to explore the role of social workers in addressing the issues of these children. A secondary research method has been adopted for this exercise. The outcome is based on analysis, interpretation, and collation of the primary sources as under annual reports of the United Nations High Commissioners for Refugees, reports from the Daily Star, a leading English daily among Bangladesh newspapers, discussion document prepared by UNICEF Regional Office South Asia, Dhaka, reports of the fact findings mission to Bangladesh, study conducted on Rohingya population, Rohingya refugees, articles on Rohingya refugees published in journals, materials from the Journal of the Fair Observer, a US based non-profit media organization, annual report of Concern Bangladesh and Concern Nutritional Survey. I would like to share some of the findings. Children trekked alone with no backing of the elder members. Different reports reveal that they were weak, hungry, traumatized, and sick after covering the long and challenging journey with little sleep for days. Children now are living in temporary camps and they get token rice and relief supplies. There is lack of basic amenities like toilets and drinking water. Rohingya children's health suffer due to insanitary state of affair in the camp, such as open sewers and inadequate sanitation system. Babies were delivered on the road or in the jungles as their parents deserted their homeland for a new abode. Newborn babies, they face the problem of BCG, polio, DPT, and measles as sometimes they are not immunized at the right time. Cases of undernourishment and wasting as born out of low weight vis-a-vis height have arisen. Early marriage and its inevitable results, such as teenage pregnancy, have great repercussions on refugee girls' wellness. Children have seen their parents missing and managed to flee the country with relatives and other community members. These unaccompanied and separated children arriving in camps in substantial number are exposed to child trafficking, child marriage, child abuse, and child labor, and they need solace and comforting. Flashback of traumatic situation, concern, fear, isolation, panic attack, and restlessness are some of the issues faced by the children who reached the camps somehow. A great problem about Rohingya refugees' children's education in the camp is large dropout rates in Cox's Bazar. Reports have reached about the girls subjected to sexual harassment, children pushed to contribute to the family income, and drop in the number of girls attending schools. The needs of children with disabilities are not sufficiently taken care of in these camps. There is limited awareness and practice of identifying persons with disabilities. Government has tried to improve the infrastructure of camps, but the availability of land and other resources are scarce in nature. Legislation, policies, and practices which discriminate against these children need to be properly analyzed and amended. Several international and regional agencies have joined hands and have established funds to provide humanitarian support. They are United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, World Health Organization, UNICEF, World Food Program, the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, the Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies of Bangladesh, legal assistance to Rohingya, and UNHCR mandate urban refugees is provided by Bangladesh Legal Aid and Service Trust. The United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, also through UNHCR is involved with regards to reproductive health. In this paper, the researcher has also tried to explore the role of international social worker. So professional social workers, they encourage their members to observe specific values when they are working with the victims of displaced populations and refugees. National Association of Social Workers, NSW, British Association of Social Workers, BSW, International Federation of Social Workers, IFSW, all believe in human dignity and worth which these refugees are deprived of. Conflict, persecution, violence, social and political collapse result in painful condition. The refugees are dismayed by the sense of deprivation, humiliation, shattered human dignity and personal dignity. Social workers, they need to earn the trust and confidence of these people and their children and develop sustainable and meaningful relationship before they initiate any program to help them. With regard to the children of these refugee camps, the social workers should first make sure that a safe and secure place is available for children and their immediate needs are taken care of. Later, they can arrange for health services and make sure that nutrition is provided in adequate amount. They can also work with the government and the local authorities so that children get a decent accommodation and adequate clothing. Social workers should prepare a social history and assessment report. This would enable other agencies to have an understanding of the physical and emotional needs of the individual child and the effect of her social environment on present crisis. Social workers can assist parents of the babies born in Bangladesh in getting the birth certificate made, though this would not provide citizenship to them. Position of statelessness still remains till they return home as citizens with their rights and dignity intact. So, social workers can provide psychosocial care along with other rehabilitation and rebuilding activities for orphan children. Social workers can make an assessment of the need of the children and resources available and collaborate with the government and other non-governmental organizations to provide psychosocial support. Considering that refugee children with a different mother tongue come to camps, support is needed to the expansion of multilingual education for them. International social workers can prepare a list of the children who have become orphan and initiate their adoption process. They must monitor the orphan children on a long term basis and prevent any kind of exploitation of the children. Large scale campaigns should be conducted to immunize the children against infection from diseases like cholera, measles, rubella, tetanus, polio, and other diseases. Rohingyas have taken refuge into neighboring countries like India also and are in need of facilities of healthcare and education. Indian government wants safe, speedy and sustainable return of the illegal immigrants to their homeland. Social workers can raise awareness about the need of these people and help in developing a humanitarian approach towards them. International social workers can also pool information so that they can best support refugees throughout their journey and on their eventual arrival. This knowledge will be vital as the crisis shows no sign of abating. As more people settle for the longer term, social worker will be crucial in integrating communities and helping people come in terms with what they have been through. International social workers can organize a recreational program for children. It appears to be a modest step, but it has a significant role in humanizing and normalizing the situation. Rohingya children are facing high incidence of sexual assault. Once reported, social workers must prepare the case study and, without loss of time, convene a meeting of the stakeholders to prepare an intervention plan which would protect the children and initiate his or her everyday life. International social workers can also make search to identify the location of the last family members. Further, a range of issues like restriction in their freedom of movement, growing up as dependent, negative impact of the extended stay at camp, and adaptation and assimilation problem when they depart from the camp should be addressed. Social workers will have to empower them with the livelihood training program so that they don't face issues when they leave the camp. International social workers have to keep in mind that there are 4 steps which would be involved in the repatriation process. These steps include preparation for the future return, the actual transition, reintegration post return, and the community relation situations. International social workers should have the knowledge of refugee policies, refugee settlement, and social service delivery system. Children will have anxiety, apprehension, and fear. The social workers will have to provide detailed information of the whole process to them. They should make certain that appropriate resources are available for them. They can help in preventing and controlling communicable diseases by introducing all the immediate public health measures with the help of medical experts. Further, they can organize a reliable disease reporting system to identify outbreak of a disease and promptly initiate control measures. Idea of a protective mechanism with the help of different agencies and the state should be proposed for children. This would allow kids to be traced and get united with the family. A reliable statistics of the number of children who have got separated from their families or whose parents have died should be prepared by social worker. Awareness about the trafficking risk and safety patrol should be initiated in the camps to ensure safety. Even antecedents of the workers who are working there on behalf of the other agencies should be verified before sending them to these camps. These social workers, with the help of well conceived policy and planning, can promote physical and mental health of Rohingya children and protect the rights of these children who had a real setback with many instances of direct exposure to violence against them, including sexual abuse, child labor, trafficking for sexual exploitation, illegal adoption, abduction, etc. Thank you very much. With this, I end my presentation. Many, many thanks.